Hello, my name is Françoise Moutoneshe. I am an expert of DO training from Bildungswerk der Baden-Württembergischen Wirtschaft, in short BV. We are the vocational education and training organization of the employers of Baden-Württemberg, a German southwestern state. I am very happy you are interested in DO training, and I hope you can learn a bit from my experience. The materials for the implementation of DO vocational education and training, IDVET, were created with the support of the Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, BMZ, through SEQUA. In today's module from our seminar, Implementation of DO Vocational Education and Training, IDVET, I want to talk about the tasks and the selection of the coordinator. In this module, we'll talk about 1. The tasks of the coordinator, 2. Coordinator's acquisition and acquisition control, 3. Invoice processing and responsibility, and 4. Searching for a good coordinator. Now let's talk about the tasks of the coordinator. The coordinator is like a sales representative who has to convince companies to participate in DVET. And from my experience, believe me, from the last 4 years, this is at the beginning a big challenge. My recommendation is that you make a list of advantages of DO training before you have the first approach to the companies, and perhaps a list of possible disadvantages too. The companies will point them out, and you have to know what you answer them. Then, as a coordinator, you have to convince potential apprentices to join DVET. Some people have a mindset that vocational training is for students who failed to perform in their courses, which is not true at all. It is important to mention to potential students that when one joins IDVET, they will be able to acquire practical skills and be more competent at the labor market. It is also a big advantage to DVET students to start earning money before they leave school. Part of what I call here sales representative job is to acquire apprenticeship positions for students in companies. It is not enough that the companies tell you, okay, I will join. You have to have a list of how much places for students you have for next year. For this, you have to negotiate partnership agreements or memorandum of understandings, MOUs, between the school institution and the companies. If a company wants to join DO training, my advice is that the conditions must be established in a written form via an MOU. Otherwise, in 3 months, nobody remembers what you agreed on. Here is another aspect that is very important. As a coordinator, you are also like after-sales technician. I have here some data from Germany. The German government spent 2.34 billion euro for steering, monitoring, and further supporting measures of DO training in 2018. This money is mostly for salaries, and it is almost as much as the government of Germany spent for the public vocational schools. Is it really that much? Let us do the maths. Let's divide 2 1.34 billion euro via the number of apprentices in Germany. This is a bit more than 1.3 million apprentices. This gives us a number somehow below 2,000 euro. Still, a lot of money. No, let us divide this amount by 12 months. This makes 146.73 euros per month per apprentice in Germany. Looking at a big role played by the coordinator, let's have a small exercise together by answering to this question. What competencies and attitudes should a coordinator have? Here I have some comments based on my experience. Competency: he or she should be able to express himself, herself in different languages. For example, in Kinyarwanda, English, French, here in Rwanda. How to test this in interview? You test these language skills. And how to measure him or her on the job? Here you will look at his or her written correspondences or verbal interactions. Another competency would be building networks. How to test this in interview? You see the past experience. And how to measure this on his or her job? You will see here the number of cooperating companies. Another competency would be coordinate different activities and different teams. How to test this during an interview? You will ask him or her about questions regarding multitasks, handling, and working in a team. Now comes the point about coordinators' acquisition and acquisition control. What is important from our experience? The coordinator spends much of his or her time in acquiring companies. Finding company partners and convincing them to participate and even to contribute financially to the training takes a lot of time. So it is better to start at least 1 year before the training starts. Companies are busy, so it is important to follow up regularly till the signature of the partnership agreement or MOU. Indeed, I can only reconfirm this to you. In the last years, I have dealt with a lot of managers from very different countries, but it does not matter where they are coming from. It is always up to you to give a friendly follow-up each week. This is important for you if you want to learn about DO training. Here I present you an exercise we are usually doing in our seminars about implementation of DO vocational education and training. It is about the challenges when it comes to payment of invoices. We ask, what are the challenges in your country when it comes to payment of invoices? How could they be overcome? Then we develop an action plan with the participants. Here are some further conclusions I corrected with some other experts. First, companies willing to pay IDVET training need to be invoiced on regular basis. Second, on individual level of the school institution should be tasked to follow up on open invoices. Third, it should not be the coordinator to follow up the invoices. No. If you come to the company to follow up the quality of the training and parallelly you want to charge, believe me, I guarantee that you will have a big mess. The last point is about searching for a good coordinator. This is another exercise we do in our seminars to foster the capacities of our participants. Write an ad for a job offer for a coordinator. This exercise has, among others, a good side effect because it will oblige you to learn how to explain shortly about the dual system. I invite you to try. Good luck! Thank you for following this video. Please give us a comment, a like, or a share to potential many followers. Bye-bye.